It's a beautiful morning in Portugal. Welcome back to the Challenger Series, touching down in Europe once again, and a great part of the world to be. Really excited about what's set to unfold here in Ericeira, Portugal, as we welcome you to the EDP Vissla Ericeira Pro, presented by Estrella Galicia, and joining myself, Paul Evans, to talk you through things. First day, Felicity Parmentier, Philippe Jervis. Bom dia. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here. It's been about 5 years since I've been in Europe, so getting back into the way of life here and ready for this Challenger Series event.
Philippe, you're part of the world, mate, and a great time of year to be here.
Oh, it's the best time of the year in Portugal. Best conditions, best weather, and the best surfers as well. So it's going to be a good week.
So first day of our waiting period here, and obviously lots of big talking points to go through throughout the week. And we're hoping that obviously the surf shows up and offers something for our athletes. We're going to find out exactly what's happening with the call soon enough. But yeah, just excited about getting things underway. First day of a waiting period. We do have a little bit of time to play with in our waiting period, so we can maybe try and pick the eyes out of conditions, but really hoping to get things underway. Well, let's find out exactly what is going to happen, because Travis Logie is making the big decisions, is standing by with Joanna Garnell.
That is right. Good morning, guys, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, Travis. Great to have you back. How are the conditions looking for today for the first day of the event?
Yeah, it's dropped a little bit since yesterday, but it's still really fun. There's like 3-foot sets, the odd 4-footer coming through. It's a little bit inconsistent, but when they come, there's like 4 or 5 wave sets. So it's really fun. So we're on.
And who's going to be in the water?
8 a.m. start with the women's round 1. Men's round 1 are on standby. We won't go into round 2 today. We have a promising couple of days in the middle of the window this week, so really excited.
And this is a really important event for our surfers, because we could be qualifying surfers here at this event. How important is this for them?
This is massive. I mean, surfers can wrap up their year in this event if they get a result. There's a few of them that are right on the cusp, so these heats are the most important heats of their lives. So it's going to be exciting to watch it go down.
Absolutely. Well, great news. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Joanna. All right, great call from Trav. We're on here. Going to kick things off with the women. 8 a.m. start, so that's coming up in just over 20 minutes or so time. And yeah, a smaller day compared to what we sometimes get here, but we're looking through that forecast and seeing some good days. Felicity, what do you like about the numbers, what we're looking at?
Yeah, I guess just got to echo what Travis said. You know, it is looking a bit smaller out there today. When the sets come through, though, they're consistent. And I did have a look further out throughout the week. You can see that it is going to pick up. You're looking at Tuesday, Wednesday. There are probably going to be some of the best days out of that waiting period. So we've got swell to look forward to.
Blake, mate, this venue, when it's small, still scoring opportunity, particularly around the low tide?
Yeah, we're going to have, because the swell direction is actually really good, so it's going to wall up from the outside all the way through the inside, and it should be fun. Even with the smaller surf, it should be super fun.
All right, and well, we've got Challenger Series events right here in Europe, 2 of those to go, but just looking at what's coming up for the rest of the schedule. We've got some Challenger Series events to do here in Portugal and over in Brazil. But of course, we got the original Sprout Malibu Longboard Championships happening. That's kicking off real soon in Southern California. Of course, here for Challenger Series action. Straight after this event, we'll head over to Saquarema, Brazil as well for the Corona Saquarema Pro. And then big wave stuff kicking off. Flick, who's excited?
I'm scared.
Are you ready?
I'm scared. I'm excited and scared, but obviously we've got the Nazare Toe Surfing Challenge just up the road, and then we've got the Piahi Championship, so 2 very exciting events.
Lots of cool stuff coming up on World Surf League. We're on here this morning. When we come back on Dawn Patrol, we're going to chat through women's ratings. We'll be right back. Challenger Series is back in Europe and we're stoked. Looking forward to kicking off here on day one of our waiting period at the EDP Vissla Ericeira Pro, presented by Estrella Galicia. Official call from Travis Logie. We're on here this morning. We're going to start with the women and get things underway. A clean swell in the water, not the biggest conditions we've ever seen. Pretty shreddable. And getting underway with the women this morning. Let's turn our thoughts to the women's rankings. Obviously, just 5 spots up for grabs. It's pretty hotly contested. But, Flick, I think we need to talk about Sally Fitzgibbons.
Oh, we definitely need to talk about Sally. She hasn't officially qualified yet. She's sitting in that number 1 spot. She's way out ahead on 26,500 points almost. One thing to note about Sally is she has not missed a finals day yet, but she actually hasn't won an event yet. You look at the women sitting underneath her on that rankings there, they've actually won events. So, you know, Sally has been so consistent this year. To seal the deal, she needs a 3rd or better here at Ericeira. And you know what? I'm really liking her chances. I just think back to, you know, events on the tour when she was on tour where she did do well, like Bells Beach has a very sort of similar feel to this wave here. She's won Bells twice, actually, back to back. So Sally and right-hand point breaks, I'm liking the look of it. And you know what? I'm going to say it here. I think she's going to seal the deal in Portugal.
Yeah, it's a pretty good call there. You also just look at the way, not only the way she's surfing, but just the way she is. She looks stoked. Her energy's been really good. She's competing really well on this tour. And, well, with the experience as well that she's got, she's going to be really, really tough. We talk about on the challenges, Philippe, as well, sometimes that sort of youth story and surfers really trying to put their hand up. Obviously got surfers with the experience from the CT, and that's one of the cool clashes to see. But think about surfers like Sawyer Lindblad, who's up there in contention. She could go really good as well out here.
Oh, yeah, there's so many points at stake right now, and everyone wants to do good, and this is a really important contest, and I think everyone is going to put themselves up there and just make sure they get a good result and clinch that spot.
Sally leading the charge. The Aussies are going good. 4 out of those top 5 spots, Flick.
I know, it's pretty amazing. So 4 out of the top 5 spots are Aussies, and 4 out of the top 5 spots are actually former CTers. The only Lone Ranger out there is Sawyer Lindblad, so that's pretty exciting.
Well, once again, our call here this morning. We're going to get underway shortly. We're going to kick things off with the women here on the Challenger Series. The beautiful full moon around the equinox in Europe. We're going to get a quick break. When we come back, we're talking men's rankings. We'll be right back. The Changers are back. Challenger Series, just 2 events to go. It's stoked to be back in Europe, one of our favourite parts of the world. But if you're in and around that qualification scenario, the pressure is mounting. Let's take a look at the rankings there. Houshmand's been unbelievable this season. Just blitzed it, smashed it. He's in. He's going to be a rookie. But looking down those rankings, another Goofy lurking not far away from him. Jacob Willcox going really, really good, Flick.
Oh, Jacob has done amazing this year. He actually hasn't had a worse place finish than a 9th. And he is looking to seal the deal here as well at Portugal. And you know what? He's so close. I like his chances on his backhand here. His backhand is so sharp and so precise. He started the year with a 5th on the Gold Coast.
Not that you're biased, of course, mate.
No, not at all. West is best. He started the year with a 5th on the Gold Coast, got 2nd in Sydney, and then he was actually number 1 on the rankings after that. Went to South Africa, finished 5th, and then a US Open 9th place finish there. So for him to seal the deal, he needs a 5th or better here at Ericeira. But yeah, it'd be so good to have another West Aussie on the World Tour. Obviously, we've got Jack Robinson, who absolutely leading the charge there. But I just look at Jacob, and he's just such a well-rounded surfer in all different conditions. He's got an air game. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Will he get it done here today? Tomorrow, next day.
Definitely got those Championship Tour skills, does the Western Australian Jacob Willcox. Someone else who's got plenty of Championship Tour experience, who we know well in this part of the world, Frederico Morais. Philippe, he's lurking there in 5th. He's going pretty good. He's looking strong and confident, and you wouldn't bet against him here at Ribeira.
Yeah, if you look at the historical part of the contest he already did here in Ribeira, and it didn't manage to get those good results here. But he got a really good result in Balito, and that just put him in the 5th place. And I think he wants to clinch the spot as soon as possible. And I know he's at home and he feels comfortable. He learned how to surf on these waves, so he should be doing good, and he should be performing and giving his best shot here. So I think he's pretty confident.
He's already achieved a lot in the Championship Tour, but I think it's fair to say, like, that desire, that fire, that's still there with him. He's still got tons of that competitive drive.
Oh, definitely, because he's trying to understand what he's going to do with his life, with his future, and out of nowhere he's in contention to get one of those spots for the world title, for the world tour for the 2024. And I think his mindset kind of shifted the last couple of contests, and now he actually has a shot and he wants to. Because we're just watching on the webcast. Yeah.
Some morning free surfs from the likes of Frederico Morais, who looks pretty stoked with the way things are panning out. We're on here with the women, not far away from starting. We're going to get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're chatting the schedule for 2024 on the CT, among other things. We'll be right back.
Puts herself in a great position, comes flying out.
Able to navigate that tube into the barrel.
Wow, that was wild.
Drops in, drains through this section.
It's all fun and games until we start losing surfers on the CT.
We cut this field down, and now we're getting into the swing of things.
Managing his speed so incredibly well. Yago going the distance.
What more do you want, people?
Bongia. The crowd is absolutely losing their minds, and it's for good reason.
Coming to you from Cloudbreak, one of the best waves in the world.
It's the pathway to the WSL Finals.
This is what it's all about, winner take all. This is for a world title.
Let's celebrate your world champions.
We're back in Portugal for the Challenger Series, but the reason surfers are on this tour is to look forward, is to look to step up, and some delightful events standing up on the schedule for 2024 on the Championship Tour. We just had some vision of it then. Who's excited?
Got me really excited. Far out. That package just then was gave me goosebumps. There's some amazing events on tour for next year. Obviously, you've got your Fiji, which everyone's excited about. But for me, one thing that's interesting is Tahiti is actually on earlier in the year. So it's on in May. And if we think back to May this year, that was when that first big swell actually hit Te Aopo, and it was insane. So, this year the forecast was challenging for Tahiti, but the scenarios made it super exciting. So, maybe looking to this year's schedule with that different change in time throughout the year could be maybe something bigger on the horizon.
Yeah, Philippe, if you're a challenger and you're in contention, obviously you're excited anyway about qualifying for the CT, but imagine just, maybe you're goofy, you're going well on tour, you're Cole Houshmand, and you see Fiji come up on the schedule. How stoked?
I think that's like the main thing for the 2024 season, and honestly, I'm super stoked to have Fiji back and Cloudbreak back, because it's definitely one of the best waves in the world, and obviously as a goofy footer, I want to see the goofy footers perform on lefts, because there's always that little debate between the amount of lefts and rights, and it's always good to get one more left on the tour, and I think everyone is happy.
Yeah, absolutely. So Challenger Series participation is not compulsory for Championship Tour surfers. Nevertheless, we got plenty of the big dogs in the draw here. Checking out names like Miguel Pupo, Leo Fioravanti, Kanoa Igarashi, Matt McGillivray. And the sea surfers there, they've gone really well at this event in the past. The likes of Leo's absolutely on fire here last year. Kanoa spent a lot of time in this part of the world. A good mate of yours, Philippe. Pupo, we're stoked to see him back, right? He missed a lot of the season with injury.
Yeah, he did. This is actually his second event back since injuring himself. So it's going to be exciting to see him back competing at 100%, hopefully. One thing that I noticed, when you have these CT surfers come to these Challenger Series events, they can potentially be squashing these Challenger Series surfers' dreams and taking away from them. So it is, high stakes. And when you start seeing these guys take those people out of the draw, it can be quite concerning.
Last time out at Huntington Beach at the Willcox US Open, surfers to really jump up. Sawyer, Lindblad, Crosby, Colapinto, Eli Hanneman. Big results for them and put themselves right in contention, Philippe.
Oh, yeah, you see how many spots Eli Hanneman he jumped off on the rankings with that win. That just shows you how important it is to get that one win and just put you up there on the top 10, because it's 10,000 points, and you know what? You just don't need that many points just to qualify. So
you know this wave really well. You know the kind of surf we're going to be getting. What names do you like? Who do you fancy to really put their hand up here? Maybe some surfers just kind of lurking there. Who do you reckon is going to jump up the ratings?
Yeah, I think there's going to be always all the Aussies, because they all come from those right-hand point breaks, and they're going to do well here. Macy won last year, and you did a lot. You see a lot of Australian surfers doing good here, and because it's going to be different throughout the whole week. So I think today we're going to see the backhanders with a bit of more of an advantage, and when the swell gets up, it's going to be a little bit better for the forehand. So it's going to be interesting to see during the week what's going to happen, because the conditions will change and the approach will change as well.
Vic, we already talked about Sal. We've got Bronte McCauley as well, your fellow Western Australian, going really good. But what other names? Who else do you like? Maybe some of the up-and-coming surfers?
Yeah, there's a couple of people I've got my eye on, but one is Macy Callahan, last year's event winner here, and current number 14 on the rankings. So she's outside of that top 5 picture. However, I just love Macy surfing when it comes to right-hand point breaks. She's got a really beautiful pace to her surfing, and the one thing that we talk about is flow, and especially on right-hand point breaks, which I think is super crucial. Sort of the difference between a wave looking really nice and a wave not looking so good and well put together. So Macy, I think, is definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, and obviously coming back here with the good juju from last year as well. That great memory, getting the win here, the flow out here, absolutely on point. I think that's a great pick up there. And we like surfers to link up their turns, right, and make it all look beautiful. This is going to be, it's a long wave, right? Even today where conditions are quite small, it's all about linking up those turns, Philippe.
Yeah, as I said, the wave is gonna go and connect from all the way from the outside all the way through the inside, and yeah, those transitions in between turns, and just take advantage of those little spots where you can actually push the turns a little bit stronger. And the judges they always like to see the connections in between turns, especially on longer waves. And there's a few moments where this wave kind of dies off on the channel, and then you just need to maintain that speed to make sure you can finish the wave strong. But with this swell, I think we're gonna see a lot of really strong turns, because the wall is pretty steep. As you can see here, there's so many really good waves. It's going to be a sick day of competition.
All right, thanks very much, Philippe Jervis, for your thoughts this morning on Dawn Patrol as we get ready to kick off. And our call is we are on for the women as we check vision from above of this long reef point.